What is up, players? My name is Mike Doherty from Chiptooth Gaming, and you're watching the Chiptooth Podcast, Chiptooth Gaming's weekly conversational video game podcast that comes into your ear holes every week on Friday. Alongside me today is the news guru himself. I forgot what I start calling you, KB.
I don't know.
Kyle Bunyea.
I don't know. Hi.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we actually talked. Why are you being so weird?
No, I'm just saying hi.
Dude,
what's wrong with saying hi?
You look so tired.
I don't know where to look. Do I look at the camera? Do I look at your face? Do I look at the camera? Do I look at my Twitch stream? Do I look at the camera? Do I look at your face?
Yeah. As we discussed pre-podcast, Kyle's watching a Twitch stream. Why we do this?
Heck yeah, because it ties into what we're going to talk about. One of the things I got so stoked about at E3, but I can't talk about it yet.
I'm so glad you are attentively listening to our conversation.
Yo, I haven't missed a beat, son.
Wait, what about Twitch did you want to talk about that you got excited at E3?
You'll see.
Let's talk about it now. Conversational podcast.
It's got you gotta wait for the topic. You gotta get it rolling. You gotta
what topic?
Get the E3 stuff going. Because we're gonna talk about E3.
Oh,
and something.
For those of you who don't know, we've also dropped the podcast or the podcast topics.
Yeah, now we got this chump setting everything up.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like it didn't just flow with everything. So,
no. Well, it doesn't help when only two of us had a topic.
Yeah.
Connor Green.
Hey, Connor Green. Rest in peace. I loved you like a brother.
And now you're dead.
Lost
because you're in a relationship.
Oh.
Life is over.
I wasn't going to go into detail.
When you marry someone as awesome as my wife, life just gets better.
Yeah, I don't know how. Again, still a mystery to me. How you got
we're gonna die alone.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm good with it. Less talking.
All right, Colin.
All right,
fired.
Maybe?
You're fired.
You're
fired from your own channel, just like he got fired from his own company.
Treading into some.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
If Andy can make jokes at Kind of Funny Live 3, I can make jokes.
Again, we take no. Well, actually, we do take a side. Anyway, I don't want to get into any of this. Kyle Bunyea.
Yep.
What have you been playing?
Nothing, because I have a 3-month-old and I work a lot. So as of right now, nothing. It's kind of a bummer. But I'm going to jump back into my Switch. I'm going to jump back and play Mario Kart. I was playing Mario Kart right before this started.
You're not going to play that?
Beat a bunch of Japanese kids. No, I don't like fighting games. And the only fighting game I do like is Smash Brothers. And we're not getting one of those for a while.
Yeah, glad Nintendo really botched that one at their press conference.
Yeah, okay, they're one mistake.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I got really busy E3 weekend. I was going to do one more Doherty Report covering Nintendo's conference. I actually think they won. And since we're talking about E3, well, I guess we should discuss what I'm playing now.
Yeah.
Jumped into the Wipeout collection. Dabbled. My first Wipeout experience was 2048 on the PlayStation Vita. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed it way more than I thought I was, because I guess I am a big racing guy, because I really do like racing games, just not car racing games, I guess, if that makes sense at all.
That makes sense. The physics are too real.
As long as it's not like a real car and or like a first-person perspective car, then I'm into it. Like kart racers, like futuristic racers, like Wipeout. Really into it. Having a blast. I just like being able to put on a podcast and gold medal all the little sections. So that's a lot of fun. Gravity Rush 2. I've had this game in cellophane on my shelf, just rotting away, not being touched. So not only have I been busy, Horizon Zero Dawn came out around that time. I think like a month after. Just really got busy, so just clearing up a lot of backlog. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, getting ready for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Having a few buddies over playing that. Other than that, not a whole lot.
Nice. No, there's definitely some games I need to get back to. I started in Mass Effect Andromeda, and then life got crazy, and I have had no desire to get back to it. Actually, I take it back. I've been playing a lot of, I don't know why, but I've been playing a lot of NHL 17. No idea why, but the time I have had to play video games, I've been playing that because I think it's just nice. I can get a game done in like 40 minutes, 30 minutes.
Now, Mass Effect, it wasn't the fact that it was broken that it turned you off. It was just that.
Just life got crazy. No, I enjoyed it. I mean, it's definitely a broken game. It needed probably another year, to be honest, but it was a fun game. It just bums me out that whole franchise is now on the back burner because of EA's pushiness.
Their habits of making money and only looking at the money.
Yep. They rushed that game out way too fast. Kotaku had a crazy article about the development of that game and how many hiccups it had.
Yes.
How many setbacks it had, and it was depressing. Because I really feel like the series still has a lot of potential with the new characters. And granted, I haven't seen how this one ends, so I don't know if it's even set up for these characters to keep going. But I don't know. I'm hoping it's not as dead as what everyone's saying, but we'll see.
Well, we've definitely not seen the last of Mass Effect. Like, I think you're insane if you think like that one game being not good really set back the whole franchise. I'm sure we'll see it again.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. Oh shoot, what just happened? Anyway, my computer started bugging out. I mean, we'll see what happens with Anthem.
Yeah.
For some reason, I want to say Atheon, but that's not it. It's Anthem. It looked really good. That was clearly the BioWare A team working on that. So,
but all the games, this is my issue. All games like that look good. That's how Destiny looked when it first.
I know, but that may be where EA shifts its focus in terms of their space RPG. That's why I'm saying I don't know how invested they're going to be in Mass Effect, especially after people just got burned. So I'm hoping it's not dead. Anthem looked great. Mass Effect is a good franchise. It's got a lot of potential. We'll see.
I'm sure it's definitely going to be on the back burner for right now, but I mean, that franchise really is beloved. I mean, let's not forget when Mass Effect 3 launched, the outrage people had for that ending. Like, that was like so many people had such a passion for this game that they got the developer to change the ending. Like, that's not a small amount of people.
That ending sucked. That ending straight up sucked. I'm not one to knock people's creative work, but when you have a series built on the idea of choice and choice affecting the game, especially when you're the first real big franchise to say your choices in the first two games affect your choice in this game, and then at the end it was a choice. It was a fake option. It was like I felt kind of robbed at the end, but overall I wasn't hurt by the experience of it.
Yeah, you're allowed to not like it.
Yeah, I wasn't in arms like freaking out like a lot of people were. That was just the creative path they took. I didn't necessarily agree with it, but
yeah, I mean that's the best. I mean, that's the best way to deal with it instead of going out on the streets, taking it to the streets. That you're gonna get this ending changed, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
but I don't think I can also see them doing a rotation because we know how EA loves to do annualized franchises. So instead of annualizing Anthem, just switch it back and forth between a Mass Effect and an Anthem, or a Mass Effect and Anthem, something like that.
Yeah, we'll have to see how everything shakes out internally for BioWare after that. But
yeah, of course. But anyway, KB, E3 was this last week.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of things happened. We had our predictions episode 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about our predictions, good sir, and who won what.
Oh, let's just start out and say it right now. You won.
Yeah, I did.
The margin was like stupidly small. When I was looking at the points, I ended up, because we're going like percentages, I ended up with 8 points flat. You ended up with 8.33, and that hurt. that hurt a little bit. But
no,
it was a good E3. I loved it.
There is some dispute that I will allow you to have a little bit is your amiibo prediction.
Well, I'm not going to fight that. I was just trying to milk some more points. It wasn't. It was like
2-3 shown at the conference, and then after the conference, it was like more shown, but it wasn't a new wave.
Yeah, no, and what I meant by a wave was what happened with the initial release, the first wave with all the Smash Brothers characters. My amiibo prediction was tied to my Smash Brothers prediction, which I was dead wrong on, which I was really surprised.
I was surprised too. I thought that was a lock for sure.
I thought they would for sure port it, but
I think they're saving that for next E3.
I think their next direct is going to be huge.
I'm sure. Honestly, I think they keep it till next year.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2018 game.
I say they don't announce it this year at all.
No, I think their January direct is going to be where they talk about it, and I think that's where you're going to get a little bit of gameplay or maybe a little bit of a cinematic from a couple of their other announcements. We'll see.
Another Metroid in the works. See what?
Yeah. But it's not retro.
It's not retro. So what's retro doing? Donkey Kong.
Hey, Tropical Freeze was a freaking Donkey Kong masterpiece. On the echelon of Donkey Kong games, Tropical Freeze was definitely top 2. And the only reason I would put Donkey Kong Country above it is because it was the first one that kind of set up that side-scrolling model for Donkey Kong. But Tropical Freeze was an amazing Donkey Kong game.
It's one I want to jump into, and it's one that I hope they actually port to Switch eventually. So I won. So let's actually run down the predictions.
Yeah.
Okay, so my pie in the sky prediction for the Sony E3 press conference is one that will happen. It's a lock. I don't know if it's going to be at PSX. I don't know if it's going to be at E3. I don't know if it's going to be at both shows. But the CTR and or Spyro remasters announced. 0 points.
Oh, see, I was just going to go down the ones we got. The ones we were right on.
I'll say what's wrong.
Okay.
I'll say.
Because I honestly don't remember what I was wrong on. I don't have it written down. I just wrote down what I was right about.
Okay, you can just run down the ones you're right about.
Okay, so PlayStation conference first. I only had 2 semi-right answers. Got a half point for God of War. Heavy gameplay. Wrong date.
Yeah.
I thought for sure November or December.
I think we all did. I think that was the biggest shock of Sony's conference is the complete sheer absence of dates, like solid dates for their big games.
Yeah, that was a huge disappointment for me. Everyone was talking about the lack of surprises. I could care less about the lack of surprises. I was really disappointed at the lack of release dates, the lack of commitment to anything. Like, give us something to hope for, because Days Gone looked, but all we got was 2018.
Agreed. I think if they would have just came out and dated 2 of them, just solid dates, I think they would have won. Like,
did Spider-Man get a solid date, or was that just 2018?
No, just 2018. But Sean Layden did come out after and say everything that was dated 2018 is early 2018.
Okay. All right. So I got a half point for God of War because I got the wrong date. And then Destiny 2, because my prediction was so lengthy and had so many layers, I got 3/4 of a point. Sounds ridiculous. 0.75 points. I was right on everything. Exclusive, exotic weapons, exclusive.
Was this your pie in the sky?
No, this wasn't it. Exclusive strike, exclusive map, exclusive gear. But I went a little too far with it. Could have gotten a full point. I went so far as to say the beta would only be on PlayStation. I was wrong. It's coming first to PlayStation. So 3/4, 0.75 points. So right there, I'm at, I can do math, 1.25 points, 1.25 points.
Well, just write down all your Sony. Oh, that was all your Sony? That was
it. I got 1.25 from Sony. My off-the-wall crazy prediction was release date for Last of Us. Even if they had to push it like crazy, I thought they'd give us like, I don't know, February 2019.
Yeah, I knew that they weren't going to show it at all at E3. I mean, just yeah, I'm interested to see how that game turns out, especially with Naughty Dog's on a weird cycle now. They turned that DLC into a full-fledged game.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think they quietly did it too.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of like this DLC pack that's going to be like 4 hours, and all of a sudden it was 6 hours, and all of a sudden it's 10 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's worthy of the title of DLC. That's for sure. And then some. You could almost call it a new season of Uncharted, but
it's a brand new game. I mean, it's shipping with the multiplayer for Uncharted 4, and if you pre-order it, well, I mean that doesn't really mean anything, but they did pre-order bonuses for it too. Like if you pre-order it, you get all the Jak and Daxter games.
Nice. Yeah, it looked really pretty. I'm not a huge Uncharted fan. I played 2 when it first came out. I didn't have my PlayStation working when 3 came out, but before 4 came out, I went back, bought the Uncharted collection, played all 3 of them. Really enjoyed 4. It's a great franchise, not one I'm super passionate about, but I don't know. It's exciting. It's cool for the fans of it, and it looked great. It looked really cool for a 10-hour DLC.
I love those characters, man. Like I am so attached to those characters. It's just so good. It's just such good characters. Like all the games aside, like the gameplay, how it looks, how things run, all that aside, those characters are seriously, they're just solid. They're lovable.
Yeah. Well, I think that's Naughty Dog's forte, is making you care about their characters, making you care about the story going on in their game. Even if the gameplay is very straightforward, even if it's very linear, they make you care, which is good. If you do something, do it well, and they do it really well.
Mm-hmm. I agreed. And okay, so you ran through all your Sony ones.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this one's gonna happen. I don't know when. Knock on wood. But I'm gonna talk about this on my upcoming episode of the Gamescast, the Kind of Funny Gamescast. We are going to see the Spyro remasters. They were talking about it today on the Kind of Funny morning show. Or
that's not what it's called.
Games Daily.
There you go. Get it
right. We will see CTR and we will see Spyro remasters, like from the ground up, exactly how it is. I say this because, one, Vicarious Visions, the people who are doing the Crash Bandicoot remasters, are the ones who made Crash Nitro Kart a really solid Crash karting game. I'd say just as good as CTR for the PS2. They were the ones who actually made that. Like they developed it in-house. There are people working on this game who worked on that game. So seeing them do a CTR remaster isn't far-fetched. It isn't crazy, a crazy reach for anything, because they have worked on exactly that before. 2, Spyro is going to happen because Activision is going to see, oh, there's a market for this. And the reason I'm saying that now before the games even come out, the game sold out on Amazon. The game, Amazon US, like completely sold out. It's been sold out for the last 3 weeks. I keep checking it to see if they restock it. Nothing. It's completely sold out. Number 2, it's the number 2 best-selling thing on Amazon Japan. And 3, it's charted on the UK bestsellers.
So what you're saying is you were still wrong on your prediction.
Yes. Spyro wasn't there. CTR wasn't there. It's going to be a PSX, though. My second prediction was Horizon DLC announced and dated. 1 point.
Got it announced. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it did get dated, too.
Yeah. Your boy. Okay, this one's my 0.33. Days Gone shown. Dated for this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
It was the game. Days Gone was shown. It was not dated. It was not for this year.
No, definitely not.
God of War shown. Dated spring 2018.
Yep. Guy. That's where I keep going, man. I like I said, I don't care about the lack of surprises. It really bummed me out that we didn't get like anything concrete. But that's okay.
I'm glad I went the spring area.
Yeah, there's still a lot of games coming down the pipe for Sony, so they're doing fine. Ain't nobody touching them in sales, so whatever. They do them. But
Agreed.
it's very... The conference that whole weekend was very Sony of old to me, where it was like PS3 era Sony, where they weren't telling you anything. It was like, all right, we get it. You're playing with the lead, and it doesn't... It feels a little skeevy.
Yeah, it was definitely... I'm definitely getting vibes of 2006 Sony.
Yeah.
And that's bad. I think that's bad for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Man, when they've come so far, and yet they're going back to their old ways, which is kind of a bummer to see.
Yeah, but I think these attitudes in the industry in general between the big three are cyclical. You see them go through waves where they really look like they're listening to their consumers, listening to their customers, and then they go through a wave where every one of those companies seems completely tone deaf, and you're just like, what are you doing? But I think we're seeing Nintendo and Microsoft kind of on the uptake in terms of showing they're listening to people, but Sony's on the other side. And then in 6 months or in a year, because they'll get all the backlash from it, they'll flip again, and it just happens. It's part of the game they play. They're a business.
I've been with that Sony for too long though. I was really enjoying the nice Sony.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Sucker Punch game shown, 0 points. PS4 price drop, 0 points. Microsoft, KB go.
Microsoft. This is actually where I got my second most amount of points.
Did you guess that they were going to show a game? Oh, wait, no, that wasn't Microsoft. Never mind. I was about to make the stupid freaking boat joke.
Boat joke. Oh,
did you guess that they were going to show a game where you play as a boat?
You're a boat? Yeah. When I first saw the gameplay of Skull and Bones, I got really excited. I'm like, oh, sweet, a pirate game. And then as I'm watching it, I'm going, you're on the boat the whole time.
Yeah, I knew right away. I was like, no, this is not a thing.
So Ubisoft asked us if we liked the pirate component of Assassin's Creed Black Flag and said, awesome, we'll give you a pirate game. You get to be a boat. Whatever. I mean, yeah, it was a little off. Because I remember filling out the survey that they sent out after Black Flag. It was very like, what did you enjoy about Black Flag the most? So I'm sure most people put the boat combat, which was done really well. But anyway. Okay, Microsoft. So Crackdown releasing with the Xbox One X.
You predicted that?
I did. Day and date, Xbox One X for Crackdown. Cuphead. So Crackdown gave me a point. Cuphead finally got its release date for September. That got me 2 points. And then Shadow of War shown and dated.
Didn't you say it was exclusive, though?
No. I knew it wasn't exclusive. You can roll the tape, son.
No, I trust you.
I got three. I got 3 from Microsoft.
All right. Microsoft for me, 2 new IP shown exclusive to Xbox One. 1 point.
God, so soft.
I got lucky. Hey, don't sleep on Super Lucky's Tale, all right?
Jeez.
Scorpio named completely backwards compatible with 1 and 360. So that's 1. And then the rest are all 0. So there will be games shown that are playable or only playable on Scorpio, 0 points. 1 Xbox One price drop, 0 points. Announced that before the conference, and exclusive Marvel game show, 0 points.
Yeah. I was really bummed. I was so bummed Rocksteady wasn't there. So bummed they didn't have anything.
But that got to get you excited for next year. Like that means next year it is for sure happening.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's been 2 years since Arkham Knight released. 2 years this week.
So 3 years. We have to see something from next year. So
I would hope so.
Be excited next year.
The only thing I worry about is that they took a year and maybe put their best guys on the Batman VR. So they might be a year behind their typical cycle for producing a game. We'll see.
I don't think it took that many people to make that game.
I wouldn't think so, but you never know. You never know what that hardware and what that technology requires. So we'll see. Hopefully next year. Hopefully sooner. Hopefully something leaks. I need me some DC superheroes, man.
I want the hype, man. I don't want anything to leak. I want it just to be built up and like just come out at Xbox conference next year. Just boom.
That'd be sweet.
Right hook. I'm all about the hype.
All right, so I closed Microsoft with a point total between Microsoft and Sony with 4.25 points.
Are we counting all the points? I closed it with 4.33.
Okay.
So we're like close. We're neck and neck.
Yeah. I'd just like to point out, I think both of us beat Tim Geddes.
Yeah, we did.
So.
But Tim is like me in the way that he loves the hype.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I love the your dreams way of looking at things and just being like, I want this to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, he goes too hard. He goes way too hard.
I appreciate it. The last 2 years have been year beat dreams. Like, unbelievable announcements that I never thought would happen.
Yeah. And I would argue that for a lot of people, this was a year of dreams as well, at least Nintendo fans.
We're getting even the Shadow Colossus remake. That's huge.
Yeah. A lot of people are excited about that.
I mean, I don't care. I don't care at all. As a Sony fan, I do not care. But I'm excited for the people like Chris Barrett who just drink their muscle milk every day and have a ball and chain of a wife and family and just slave away.
It's not a ball and chain. My gosh. Families are awesome. Suck it up and stop being bitter you're by yourself.
Hey, I'm just joking, all right? Let's lighten the mood here.
Anyway,
but I'm excited for people like Chris that get nerdy games like that and are able to play them and love them and enjoy them.
Sweet. Nice. So Nintendo is where I got the least amount of. No, I tied.
Same
for Nintendo and Sony. I got a terribly low score. So my crazy off the wall prediction, right? The week before E3, the few days leading up to E3, they had a Pokemon Direct where they talked about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for 3DS because we care about the 3DS anymore. So a lot of people were like, oh, that means Pokemon Stars is dead, which was so everyone's hope was Pokemon Stars would be the Nintendo Switch Pokemon RPG that we all wanted. Pokemon Company said, well, we're only going to make Pokemon games for handhelds. So they really kind of peed on the fire for everybody going into E3 and watching their conference. They're showing some Pokemon stuff. And I was like, all right. I'm like, why are they showing this at their E3 Direct? And that flame lit again. It started to spark in my heart. Because my off-the-wall prediction was Pokemon Stars still exists. And based on our rules, we said 2 points for the off-the-wall predictions. Well, Pokemon Company said, hey, we're working on a Pokemon RPG for the Switch.
It's not Stars.
No, it's not. But that's why I gave myself 1 point, not 2. Because it wasn't Stars, but it is still the Pokemon RPG that everybody thought was dead for the Switch. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company really hid that well going into it. Everybody thought that was dead. So that's huge because that shows Nintendo is listening. That shows that they're going, okay, we'll start weeding out the 3DS. I think that's what that signals is they're going to start moving on and focusing solely on the Switch 100%.
As they announce a 2D Metroid game for it.
Yeah, but that's been in development. You know, they had to play their cards close to the vest with the Switch release. They weren't sure how it was going to be received by audiences, especially after the Wii U flop. So they have to hold on to the 3DS because it sold so well. You got to have that in your back pocket as a company. But now that they see the Switch is doing as well as it is, I think the 3DS is going to be left behind.
You know what I think is funny? I think that the PS Vita just did so terribly that they're like, we need some competition, and they just released the Switch.
Yeah.
They're like, we needed a competitor. We'll do it ourselves.
So then next, this is where I got a quarter of a point, was because there was a ton of Amiibos announced. Not a new wave.
You gave yourself a point or a quarter of a point?
Hey, 0.25 of a point for 4 amiibos is fair.
No.
Fair.
You said
amiibos, fair.
Whatever, you still lost.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I would have debated this more if you would have won or tied.
Of course you would have. And we would have had to get an arbitrator to come in and weigh everything out.
Yeah,
anyway, I got 1.25 points. 1.25 point for Nintendo.
Woo!
Man, I was so off on their stuff.
I was too.
It was so crazy.
And here's Chris Barrett talking crap in the comment section, saying that we did terrible predictions.
And we did.
We did.
Because they had a great conference. And
they really did.
So far off the mark. So far off the mark with our predictions.
God bless Chris, though. I wonder what he would have guessed. Some nerdy Fire Emblem game coming to Switch.
Yeah, and he would be right. Did they show Fire Emblem Warriors? I think they did.
Oh, did they? I don't even know.
I think so.
All right.
I don't remember that.
Anything else on yours?
Nope, that was it on mine for the Nintendo.
Nintendo on mine. Everything shown will be 2017.
Well, that's what they were telling everybody.
I know. That's why I thought it was a slam dunk.
They were saying, no, we're not showing anything 2018. But I have a feeling what happened was they saw how bad Microsoft botched it. They saw how bad Sony botched it. And
Nintendo
they were like,
doesn't work like that.
They probably called their graphics guy the night before and was like, hey, just throw up a Metroid logo with a 4 behind it and tell them we're working on it.
No, I think you're giving them way too much credit. I actually think Nintendo had this set up for like the hype train or like the surprise, because I actually think they're listening now and they're actually understanding, hey, we're not in 2006 anymore. We should probably get with the times. And I think they have been, because remember, this is Nintendo, the same Nintendo that thought putting Miyamoto on stage playing Wii music was a good idea.
Hey.
An interesting piece of content.
Hey.
Entertaining.
Don't you talk bad about those rhythmic music games. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat was amazing.
That's not the word.
Bongos every day. When they showed the teaser for Metroid Prime 4, I was just like, it starts off in space and it's this blue cloud. I'm like, okay, this is where Smash Brothers comes in. Here's where the cartoon hand's going to come floating in from space and grab one of the toys. And I was pleasantly surprised. As soon as I saw the shape of the lightning bolt in the blue clouds, I was like, oh, no way, that's awesome. Like, I didn't have like a major freak out, but it made me so happy as a Switch owner, because I was like, okay, they're showing me stuff for the future.
They're doing showing what me stuff they never did for the Wii U.
Yeah, they're showing me plans beyond 2017. They're showing me they're going to support this thing. They're showing me they're going to support it in a big way. And then it came out that Retro is not even working on that. And that's the game everyone thought Retro was working on. So it's like, all right, there's a Donkey Kong game being worked on too.
No, I really wonder if they're making a new IP.
Could be. But I think what they're going to want to do is, by the end of the Wii U's life cycle, it had a solid catalog of games. Not a big catalog of games, but a solid catalog of games. And I think what they're doing is they're slowly working those games out onto the Switch, because they were missed on the Wii U. Tropical Freeze was missed on the Wii U. Treasure Tracker was missed on the Wii U. Hey, Treasure Tracker, my wife played the crap out of Treasure Tracker. Like, she played that game nonstop until she collected everything in it. But it's just, even Woolly World and Kirby's claymation game were great games in their own right. And it's awesome to see Nintendo saying, hey, we're going to bring these over to the Switch because it's a console you love. It's a console that you guys are showing you're supporting. So we're going to give as much as we can to this console. And that was so awesome about their direct, was just how much support they're showing this thing. It's a pleasant change from the scarcity of the Wii U getting 1 or maybe 2 games a year that were worth playing.
Where they don't give you anything worthwhile, and when they do, it's completely missed.
Yeah. No, the games were great.
No, Some of the games were great. All right, let's pump the brakes.
Every Nintendo game.
Everyone? You're gonna stand by Pikmin?
Hey, it's not for me. And I really don't even know if Pikmin fans loved it.
Zombie U? You really want to take a stand with Zombie U?
No. Okay. Yeah. Not every game. Okay, sorry. The majority of the games that came out for it were great games.
Even that's debatable. I agree. There are good games on the Wii U that were overlooked. Okay. Smash Brothers announced for holiday 2017. Wrong. From Software's game shown 2017 release date. Wrong. Mario Odyssey dated. Okay, that's one.
Okay, hold on. We gotta stop. Because Mario Odyssey looks freaking amazing. That game. I'm so excited.
Here's my hang up with it. I like these kind of games. I really do. It's just something about the Mario vibes. It's just not. I'm not getting excited for it. Now, when it's closer, I probably will be.
I love the idea, though, that they took this like super scary, demonic idea of a ghost possessing something's body and said, you know what? We're going to put it in a kid's game. Not really a kid's game, but a kid's game. And let Mario possess everybody's body.
In people, too.
And I've seen
New Donk City.
Jacked up memes from it. But
I have to.
I'm not going to lie. I can't wait to throw that hat at a Bullet Bill and control a Bullet Bill or a Goomba or whatever I can throw that hat at. I'm stoked.
It looks like pretty much everything. Like you can street posts. Like they really went deep with these hat possessing mechanics.
Well, and I don't know if you watched the Treehouse at all after where they were playing the game pretty extensively. The variety of gameplay in it is pretty cool. There's moments in different maps where you can go 2D on like a brick wall. Now you're 2D Mario climbing up the wall.
That's awesome.
It looked so cool. God, I can't wait.
Because it's a 3D platformer and pretty much everyone's game is show. I'm gonna give it a chance because it's my kind of game, but just everything I saw about it was just like, yeah, like cool.
Yeah,
I don't know why though. I honestly can't explain it.
October can't come fast enough. Cannot come fast enough.
It's a good year. What else do I have? New Joy-Con controllers announced. No. Okay, so third party, KB, go.
Third party. So starting out with EA, I kind of tanked their stuff. I don't even remember what half of my predictions were.
No, you're not doing EA. All of EA.
No, I know, but in my head, I had a lot written down for EA, and I only had. Granted, I didn't throw them up there as part of our predictions thing, but I had a lot. I had higher expectations for EA than they gave. But my EA prediction that I did of the third party conferences was sports games. Lots of sports games talked about how they're such high quality and so amazing. I thought for sure Tom Brady would come out. Didn't happen. Getting half a point for that one.
You're close.
Turns out that the Patriots ring ceremony was that day.
Couldn't have checked the calendar, KB.
I know. I missed it. But they did have a. Okay, so they started, and I'm watching it with my wife, who does not give a crap about E3. Doesn't know what she's watching. I'm watching it on our TV in the living room. And they're starting out with the collegiate drum line, all in Tom Brady jerseys. I'm like, are they integrating NCAA football into Madden? Mm-hmm. Is it going to be 2 games in one? I thought for sure they were doing it. They didn't. They added a story mode, which whatever. Story modes in sports games are stupid. I don't care who
that
likes
one actually looked good.
It looks like the stereotypical, you're not going to make it, I'll show you.
Oh, shut up. That's every sports movie, though.
Yeah, and I hate sports movies.
Didn't you like that stupid one?
I like one, and that is Remember the Titans.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it's about black men and white men overcoming their differences and joining together and showing a town that it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. It's what's on the inside that makes us all the same.
That's passion.
Good movie. Great movie. All their sports movies suck.
Okay, next third party.
Fallout VR.
Close.
What do you mean close?
Wait, no, you got it.
It was shown. I got a point for that one.
You're talking about Sony. Never mind.
No.
Yes. Okay, yes.
That was the show Fallout VR. Again, I don't care. Meh. VR is.
You don't want to explore the wasteland.
No.
VR?
No, and I don't want to explore more of Skyrim.
It's a good year for Skyrim, though. They re-released that game like 8 times this year.
Stop milking the cow. Stop buying the game.
Just make a new thing.
Stop buying the game. I don't care that you get Link's clothes on the Switch version. I don't care that you get to experience it in VR.
Do you want to play the most janky Legend of Zelda game ever? Here you go.
The only reason I bought the special edition was because I wanted mods, because I'm not a PC nerd.
Game's broken.
No, it was broken.
Game is broken.
Let's be real. Sony was broken.
No, okay, yes, I agree, because that happened and that was terrible. But even on the Xbox, that game's janky as hell.
I never had a problem.
You clip walls. It wasn't even like the PS3 problems I'm talking about. In the games, you clip walls. You're going through things. It's completely janky.
Love that game. I don't care what you say, but stop buying it.
It could be a good game.
I want them to move on.
Game. You could like a bad game. It's okay, Kyle.
Bethesda needs to move on.
Yes.
And they need to make Elder Scrolls 6. Stop buying Skyrim. Stop buying it. I'm tired of it.
But honestly, though, they re-released that game. Like, they announced that game's re-release 9 times.
Yeah, it's out of control. I'm tired of guards asking me, let me guess, someone stole your sweet roll. Tired of it. I want something new. No more arrows to the knee. No more stupid dragons. I want something new.
What do you want new? One thing that they can give you. One thing.
I want a Fallout New Vegas style Fallout game. A good Fallout game to come out on this generation of console.
Skyrim, dude.
Oh, just an Elder Scrolls game in a new area.
What area?
Oh, I can't remember. I would like it to be set in the area that the cat dudes are from. I think they're called the Khajiit.
Never forget the cat dudes.
It's a race in the game. Bunch of cats walking around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a race in San Francisco too. I think I've seen them.
Yeah, they're called furries. It's a weird thing.
KV, next prediction.
This was so easy. Assassin's Creed. I was right. It's an Egypt. Nobody knew. It was a surprise.
Some say that E3's best kept secret.
Right? Who knew that you could climb pyramids in the new Assassin's Creed game?
Man.
Yeah. Nothing special. I took the easy road on that one.
And next one.
That was it. I'm done.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's where I end up with 8 points.
Okay. Battlefront gameplay shown, highlighting the prequels. Boom. Knocked that one out of the park. I even talked about Naboo being shown. So, I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, but let's pause it for a second, because why is Rey the playable hero on that planet?
Katie, it's a dumb Star Wars game.
Let me be Yoda. Let me be Yoda. Let me be Anakin. Let me be Obi-Wan. Why in the world would I be Rey fighting Darth Maul?
There were multiple playable characters. The second one was Boba Fett
and Han Solo.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense either.
Doesn't make sense. No sense.
Look past it. It's fun.
But
times
we get free DLC, which was a huge shock from EA.
We're not getting half a game.
We're not getting half a game, and we don't have to pay another $50 for the other half.
I think they realized how badly it segmented their community for like Battlefront. That it just made people want to turn all it off.
Yeah, I didn't pick up the season pass for it. I shut it off.
I didn't either, and I really wanted to keep playing, but I was like, I'm not going to spend $60 for a game that I already spent $60 on.
No, but that's a huge step that shows the consumer's voice matters.
Well, it shows that EA
is listening to their their numbers, to their sales numbers when they saw it not last as long as they hoped it would, or not sustain those numbers the way they hoped it would. They went, oh shoot, maybe it's because we charged $50 for a season pass.
Yeah, exciting that EA is actually giving things for free.
Yeah. Don't expect it with Battlefront 3, though. They're going to split the difference. They're going to say, hey, remember year 1 when we charged you way too much, and year 2 when we gave it to you for free? $20.
I think if you set a precedent, I really think that it's hard to break. When you go, I'm giving this for free, and then you go, never mind the next time around. I think that's really hard to do. Yeah. That angers a lot of people. And I think that's anger that they don't necessarily have to deal with.
We'll see. Hopefully they stick with
I think they're going to make their money back on microtransactions. I think that's what they're hoping.
Okay, yeah. And hopefully...
You want this knee numb head? $5.
Hey, hopefully it's just cosmetic.
That's... Yeah. God, if they do it for guns and power-ups, I'm quitting.
Yeah, I'm not going to...
Throwing it in the trash.
Yeah, that's going to be a bummer. But we'll see. We
Hopefully
won't know until November.
I think people would actually pay for cosmetics on a Star Wars game, though.
Absolutely. If you could run around as Greedo.
Or like give your guy Darth Maul tattoos.
Or be a Wookiee that's not Chewie.
Yeah. See? I think it can work. Amy Henning's Star Wars game dated, shown Uncharted-like. 0 points.
Wrong.
Far Cry 5 gameplay shown. 1 point.
Right.
Softball. New Wolfenstein announced and dated. Correct, my friend. And then new Skyrim shown. 0 points. Now, I thought Bethesda's conference was going to be a lot more hard-hitting than it was.
Yeah, it didn't need to happen.
I did like it, though. I think this is the issue, though. If they came out and didn't do a conference, and then the next year they had a conference and they showed Fallout, which they will show at the next conference, I think then you just think, okay, so next year it's not going to be like basically every other year is going to be a Fallout conference or like a big game conference. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't know. I don't know how much work goes into making these VR games. I don't know how much time is required. Well, that's what I'm saying. If they had to retrofit Fallout 4 to fit VR controls, that probably took up the majority of their Fallout team's time. So I don't know if we're going to get a Fallout New Vegas style game at all this generation.
I don't know. Dude, I honestly think that these VR games are like, just like how Media Molecule did it with Tearaway. They like got a small team together to go and do that. I think that's something they could do with they do with the VR, because we have a lot of these indie studios making VR games, and they're groups of 10, 15 people.
Right, but if we're taking like Job Simulator or Batman,
but no, I'm VR, saying there's bigger. Like Farpoint was actually.
Fallout is big. Fallout is huge, and to maintain the look, granted, it's not a beautiful game on this generation of console, but to maintain that look and have the gameplay flow, I feel like there's a lot of work and a lot of hands in that one. But I don't know. We'll find out next year.
To see the backside of that, because I do want to know how many people it took to develop that.
I think we're gonna get a new Elder Scrolls game, a new like proper Elder Scrolls game before we get another proper Fallout game. And what I mean by that is Fallout New Vegas wasn't made by Bethesda. I think it was made by ZeniMax. Bethesda just distributed it. I know that for a fact that Bethesda just distributed.
Oh yeah, no, they were a publisher on the game.
Yeah. So I think for sure you're going to get a mainline Elder Scrolls game before we get another mainline Fallout game. Spinoffs don't count.
I think we see a spin-off Fallout game. I say we see a spin-off Fallout game and the next Elder Scrolls at the next Bethesda.
No way are they doing that in the same year. Because even the Fallout spin-off is going to have so much hype around it. Not as much as Fallout 4, because people were dying for the new Fallout on the next generation of console.
I don't think Bethesda cares. Honestly, I think both those games can hold their own ground against each other. I'm not saying they're going to release them in the same launch window, but
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Bethesda's gotten to the point to where it's just like they could practically. Oh, they have. I mean, think of all the hype that's around Skyrim for the thousandth time. This game from 2011.
Everything Todd Howard touches turns to gold right now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So they could easily come out next year and just be like, Fallout, the spinoff game, and the new Elder Scrolls. And the new Elder Scrolls could just be Skyrim, just remapped, re-upgraded, revisualized.
No, I don't want it. I don't want any more of it. I'm over it.
I know, but at this point, this hype train's so big, everyone's on this whole Bethesda train that they could do anything. And honestly, I don't think their games are that good.
Get out.
I don't.
Get out.
They're not that good.
Get out.
Oh.
You're an evil person.
You made my computer freeze.
And you deserve to get punched in the bits.
I mean, maybe, but not for this reason. I mean, but Wolfenstein's good. All right.
Wolfenstein's good.
Solid shooter.
Dishonored's good. Doom's good.
All right.
Doom's good.
Doom's all right.
Skyrim is a good game. I don't care what you say.
Skyrim is janky.
Oblivion
is janky. I think people give it too much credit.
Look at the scores, man. Look at the scores.
Yeah.
Look at the Metacritic.
If you want to use the argument, we could do this, KB. You want to have this argument? We could have a lot of arguments about games that got high Metacritic scores that aren't that good and overrated.
I'm not saying it's overrated, or I'm not saying it's not overrated, but you can't say it's a bad game.
What did Skyward Sword get for the Wii?
I don't think it was a bad game. I don't think it was as good as they said.
It was meh game.
You didn't even play it. You didn't even play it. Shut up. You didn't even play it. You can't talk about a game you didn't play.
I don't need to know what a game with Waggle.
Here we go. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. You want to be credible? You want to be credible? Don't talk about a game you didn't play. Yeah.
I can absolutely talk about a game I didn't play.
That just but you can't say it's a bad game.
I didn't say it was a bad game.
You said it was overrated. How do you know it was overrated?
Because even people who reviewed it and gave it a 9, a 10 at IGN even look back and say, yeah, that was probably bad in hindsight. It's probably overrated.
But that's because they played it.
Yeah. And they're saying it's overrated.
You didn't play it. You can't talk.
I'm saying it's overrated based on what the people who gave it a 10 said is overrated.
Moving on.
Because you're wrong.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Now you don't care. All of a sudden you don't care.
I never care. I'm a very apathetic person.
Oh, God. All right. KB, overall, what were your thoughts on E3 2017?
Like I said, not a lot of surprises. Microsoft really set themselves up by saying we have 42 exclusive Xbox One games that weren't that exciting. I will say, and this is where I was talking about tying it back to Twitch, Player Underground, their game that's on PC right now. Mm-hmm. So excited about that. Battlegrounds looks like so much fun to play. I freaking watch Alfredo Diaz play it like every night, and I can't wait to get in there with you and Connor and absolutely get torn in half by all these people that are way too good at it. But
I'm going to go ahead and
amped about that game.
Let you down easy here. I'm not playing that game.
You are playing that game.
I'm not playing that game.
You said, I'm never going to own an Xbox. And what you did?
I never said that. I never said that. That was never a sentence that came out of my mouth.
You're going to play it. You're going to fall in love with it because we're not going to play solo games. We're going to play co-op games. And it's going to be awesome.
I'm not going to play that game.
You're going to play it. And you're going to stream it because it'll be funny.
No, I'm definitely not going to do that. By the way, streaming is way too much work for me to do anything.
Anyway, that I got really excited about. And then A Way Out, I got really excited about.
That game looked dope.
So, yeah, with that being shown, and especially, I can't wait to rope my wife into playing that with me and have that couch co-op feel. Can't wait.
I'm going to tell you right now, Kaylee's not going to make it more than an hour into that game.
No, she'll play it.
She'll give it a try. And she's not going to play more than an hour of that game.
We'll see. She might get roped in. Might be a good story. If I tell her I need her to play it, she might do it. Even though you don't need it. A lot of people were confused by that. They were saying, "Oh, this is the best experience for couch co-op." So a lot of people thought it's local multiplayer only. It's not. It is online multiplayer as well. It's just split screen, even when you're online.
But if you didn't have Kaylee, I guess me, but yeah.
Yeah.
We need somebody else to play it.
Yeah. I think Connor would get it, maybe, depending on how cheap it is.
Kaylee's not going to play that game. I'm just telling you right now.
But, I mean, other than that, Microsoft was really underwhelming.
Really?
The Xbox One X was meh. The price killed it for me, and they didn't give me a reason to go buy it. When your selling point of your conference, which they don't even call it that anymore, their showcase, is the Xbox One X, you have to make people want it. And they did not make, from what I saw, the majority of consumers want that console. They did not make them rush out to pre-order it.
It sounds weird to say it. I don't think that was their goal. It's a terrible business strategy. And because they didn't take anything that Sony did and learn from it. They just came out and did the same thing. Yeah. And honestly, I think they're thinking of it as a investment down the road than an investment now.
Yeah.
So get it in the minds of people now and then capitalize on it later.
Well, the thing I found out too was after the conference, even if you wanted to go pre-order it, it's not available for pre-order because it hasn't been approved by the FCC yet.
Wonderful.
Kind of a botched move on their part because any hype that they did build up to get it pre-ordered is dying.
If I were them, I would have just said, "Oh, we're out. The pre-orders are sold. Out. Nobody can get them."
Right. So they were underwhelming for me. There was no surprises, but
hey,
that's okay.
That cooling system in that thing looks pretty dope.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a cool piece of hardware.
Yeah, it's an awesome piece of hardware if you care about that. But we're console gamers. We're not PC gamers. We don't care about that.
Yeah.
Not to the extent that they hyped up the teraflops and the liquid cooling core. Like, that's all cool. I'm excited about the potential of it.
You don't want to play Tails in 60 frames per second?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, a console gamer does not care so much about the hardware. They care about what they can play on the hardware.
I know. It's awesome. And they give us...
they gave us Tails and a watered-down Crackdown. That looked so crappy compared to what we saw 2 years ago. It looked so crappy.
Different Xbox, different time.
Yeah.
That's the story of two. That's the tale of two Xboxes with that game.
Yeah. Sony, we talked about it. They underwhelmed me too. They were fine. There was nothing super bad about their conference. It was just kind of like, oh, hey, these games are coming, but we're not going to tell you when because we don't need to because all of you own our system already. Suck it, nerds. That was how I felt they were talking to me. And I was like, okay.
Everything that they showed that was coming out this year was showed in the pre-show. It, like, honestly, like, Knack, crap on me for Knack because I was excited for Knack 1, but Knack 2 actually looks way more better, like, way more improved.
Way more better.
Way more. I changed.
Kid.
Hey, I changed it. What's the other one? What's the new Housemarque game? What's it called?
Barking up the wrong tree.
Matterfall. Matterfall looks dope. Have you seen this game?
No.
Nope. The people who made the Rezo game?
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, it looked cool.
August. It comes out in August? Okay, so Matterfall, it's going to be a home run. That game looks phenomenal. Knack 2 and Gran Turismo. And there's another one. Nino Kuni? Right there. Those are 4 solid games. Not all ones that I'm into, but there's something there for everyone.
Yeah, whatever. E3 is about surprises. That's what E3 is about.
I agree, and I think if they would have came out and they gave dates, then it was solid. But when you say there's nothing for this, I know you didn't say it, but people are saying they have nothing for this year. They have things for this year. They just didn't feel the need to showcase it at the E3 conference, which I thought was weird, because I think Matterfall looks phenomenal, and I think that would have been awesome in the conference.
Well, there is rumors going around different forums saying that Sony changed their conference after they saw Microsoft's and said, we don't have to show everything. We can hide some stuff. Don't know if any of those rumors have any foundation or any truth to them, but it makes sense. I mean, they did not overwhelm anybody. And if this was a year where they were worried about the One X doing anything, you would think they would have had a card in their back pocket to be like, hey, and one more thing. But they didn't, which is fine.
Well, no, they came out and they said that I think it was Sean Layden that said, yeah, we did hold things. Like, there are things that we held from this conference. He didn't say it was because of the Microsoft conference, but it was like, we are holding things, but in a way, everyone's holding things. You know?
Right. No, but what I'm saying,
Xbox could come out and be like, Halo 5, here's a screen, like, you know, of it. Like, it's, or Halo 5 already happened. Halo 6, Halo 7, whatever Halo we're on. They could have showed a screen just like that Metroid thing. They could have came out and done that, and they decided to hold it because it's not ready.
Right. But I really do think, because they are a smart company, they probably did have something ready to go. And then they said, you know what? We don't need to show it yet. It's not ready. Let's pull it back. We don't need it.
Yeah, I could see that, but I don't know. I think it's very interesting to see how these two really do play off each other. Like back when the Xbox One was shown and priced at E3, when they at the first E3 where the Xbox One was priced, Sony pulled the camera from the PS4. Mm-hmm. PS4 was supposed to be sold with the PS4 camera.
Right.
And they pulled it the day of the conference to make it cheaper than Xbox.
Well, because they saw everybody's reaction, like, we're not even sure we want the Kinect. Why are you making us own it? Yeah. So, no, they did fine, but it wasn't any big, exciting, get hyped moment. But that came with Nintendo. Like I said, it came a couple of times. When you saw the Mario gameplay, for me, that was a get hype moment. As a Switch owner, I was like, heck yeah, that Mario game is worth buying. Not that there hasn't been a 3D Mario game worth buying, but it was just kind of like, awesome, that looks great. And then all these industry journalists saying, oh, Mario's going to get pushed. And then Nintendo says, no. And guess what? We're giving it to you before the holiday season. We're giving it to you in October. So shove that up your butt. Journalists that are telling us it's going to get pushed.
Were you happy to see the surprised Japanese man at his desk?
Oh,
that was who announced Pokemon. The stupid.
Yeah, he was from the Pokemon company.
Oh, hello! I didn't see you come in there.
Nintendo, they have a solid lineup with Splatoon, with Mario Odyssey, with Mario plus Rabbids. I'm excited to own a Switch. And I hate those tactical turn-based fighting games. I'm buying Mario plus Rabbids.
Why?
Because it looked so much fun.
But you hate those games. You just said you hate those games.
I know, but I've never looked at one and said, oh, that actually looks fun. This one actually looked fun.
No, that game looked like it sucked.
No. And
I love Rabbids. By the way, sorry, I'm going to go on ahead with this. Okay. My little rant. I have a vendetta against anyone who doesn't like the Rabbids. The Rabbids are awesome. I don't know why everyone craps on them and says they're like the new Minions. First of all, they're like 1,000 times better than Minions.
And they've been around a lot longer than the Minions.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, people are just saying they're like the video game Minions. Anyway, they are awesome. I love the Rabbids. Those games, first of all, phenomenal on the Wii. Second of all, those commercials, outstanding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I want to buy it just because of the moment at the Ubisoft conference when Miyamoto came out and they pan over to the guy who's heading up the development of Rabbids, and he's just in tears because he's so happy, so proud that this game is being made, so proud that Miyamoto's on stage promoting it. Like, that in and of itself made me go, I want to buy this game, because you can tell that guy poured his heart and soul into it, which makes you want to support something like that, because you know it's going to be a high quality thing when someone puts that much care and effort into something, and has that visceral reaction when they see their creation up on stage, up on a big screen in front of a room of, hundreds of people.
Well, and you have Miyamoto talking about your game, so you did a good job.
Yeah.
No, that was a really awesome moment. E3 2017, a lot of crime.
Yeah. And a lot from Nintendo fans, from hurting, vindicated, redeemed Nintendo fans who said, finally, you care about me.
Yeah.
Finally, you love me.
It's like a scorned lover that finally gets accepted back.
Right? It's where the
embrace of love.
Where the abused spouse that says, no, when he hits me, it's because he's loving me.
Messed up.
It's true. And then we got Metroid, which has been talked about for years and never seen, never sniffed. And then we got our Pokemon game.
Again, just saying, like, I get people's hang up on that conference just saying that they just said things. They just said this is coming. They didn't show anything, which I agree with, but it's still like the surprise moment.
Right.
I think that's what wins the E3.
Right. That's what we were talking about. That's what E3 is about, is those get hyped moments. PSX is about showing us the deeper looks. The Nintendo Directs is about showing us those deeper looks. E3 is, we're going to make you pee your pants with excitement that this is coming.
I'd say even PSX is about hype. Like, I think the first 2 years, they were like, I don't know, if we can really, I thought it was the deeper dive at those first 2 years. And I think after that second year, when they saw people's reaction to their conference, they were like, okay, they don't want the deeper dive. They want the hype. So the next year, they were like, The Last of Us 2. Like, what a weird place to show Last of Us 2. It makes sense because the fans are there. But, I mean, they could have just shown that this year at E3. And I think that's really cool that they saved that for the fans.
Yeah. We'll see what happens this year at PSX.
Well, KB?
Cliche answer is we won E3. The gamers, the consumers. But Nintendo, in my opinion, had the best showing of product and games and get hyped moments.
One more thing before we go. Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh, 2. Yeah. Why did I forget about that? Because it's been a while since E3. And oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm hijacking this.
So good.
Yeah. I was so stoked. I thought for sure that game was dead, never going to get made. And again, that moment with these developers coming out on stage and being in tears. Because this is finally a reality. We still have no idea how far along it is. We still have no idea what a perceived release date is. But the fact that they're even talking about it shows that it's just weird that these third-party developers are finally showing they're listening and that they care. Because typically the third parties are the screw you, give us your wallet.
Yeah.
Showcases.
Understatement.
Yeah.
No, with that game, first of all, I think that comes out the same year as The Last of Us. Like, hands down, I think that comes out the same year as The Last of Us. 2, have you played Beyond Good and Evil 1?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Yeah.
What was that on?
It was on, God, what did I play it on? It's been a long time.
Was it on PS2?
Let me look it up. It's been such a long time since I played it. It's very Legend of Zelda-esque in terms of puzzles. You're a photojournalist that gets wrapped up in something way bigger than you.
You think we're getting a remaster of this?
I would hope
it come out on the PS2 classic side.
I would hope that Ubisoft says, hey, Beyond Good and Evil 2 coming out, 2020, 2019, we're giving you a remastered version of the first one in case you were too young or in case you missed that train, because it did not sell well initially. It was one of those cult following type games where the people who played it a lot. I didn't play it that much. I was young when it came out. Come on, Google, letting me down. Yeah, it came out 2013.
What?
And I was, or 2003. Sorry, I was 13. I was 13. 2003. It was on PlayStation. It was on all three. It was on PlayStation 2. It was on Xbox. It was on GameCube. I played it on GameCube. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
I really hope they either, at the very least, release it as the PS2 on PS3 game, because I really want to jump into it. I have no idea what this game is. I don't know if it's a third person, first person. I don't know if it's like a action game, Grand Theft Auto kind type game, open world. I don't know anything about this game.
Yeah, I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah, so I hope
we'll have a discussion. If they don't remaster it, I'll fill you in. But if they do remaster it, I don't want to ruin any of it for you because I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
From what I remember of it, I remember being a kid and going, that was really fun. And I typically did not like games like that at 13. I was playing first-person shooters at 13 on my cousin's PC and typing really stupid, inappropriate jokes and team killing everybody.
Yeah.
So that's where I was at 13. So Beyond Good and Evil was kind of a surprise one that I liked. But it was a good game. I'm stoked for number 2.
Well, me too. It looked real cool. That CG trailer looked really well done.
And can I just say, finally, I'm represented in a video game.
What, the pig?
Talking Pigman. It's so good.
Our voices are being heard, KB.
It's so good to see someone with a body like mine in a video game.
That was a really fun trailer. I had no idea what it was. And when it was Beyond Good and Evil 2, I was like, this is what this game is?
Yeah. As soon as I saw the Indiana Jones-esque scene with the monkey swindling the shop owner.
It's awesome.
It was awesome. Man. I was like, this is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
What a time to be alive.
This is happening.
Well, KB.
Anyway.
First of all, also, one more thing. Are you getting the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy?
I think
next time
my
we
wife
talk,
wants it.
Coming out.
I think my wife wants it.
Are you going to give them each a shot by yourself?
I'll give them a shot. If anyone's going to play it the most in our house, it's going to be my wife, where I'll be watching the baby and letting her have that time to go down memory lane. And I might take a crack at them, but we'll see.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you got to think about it.
Crash was the enemy. Like I said, when I was a kid, I grew up in the 90s. You were either a Nintendo kid or you were a Sony kid where I grew up. I don't know how it was everywhere else, but where I grew up, you were Nintendo or Sony, and you had to hate the other one.
Yeah, I was a Sony kid. I was a Breeded fanboy from day one. Man. So good. 7 days, KB. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Chip Tooth Podcast. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Go ahead and like the video. Share it with your friends. If you want to hear us talk about things on the podcast, let us know. Send us questions on Twitter at CTGVids. We have a Facebook page. And in the comments down below, sound off. What do you want to hear us talk about? KB.
Yee.
Is a pleasure. You can find KB over at Sketchy Mailman on Twitter, and you can follow me at Cheeks_Jr. on Twitter. Until next time, players, this has been the Chip Tooth Podcast.
Bye.